The superiority of a human being is not that a human heart can love, but the superiority of a human heart is this, that the human mind and heart can attach their loveful feelings with that invisible existence called God, which you haven't seen, and yet you can pursue that existence. Still you can love that existence. Animal, birds, mammals, they can love their children, they can love their fellow brethren. Sure, they can see one another, they interact with one another. But it is the only prerogative of a human being that a human can love that energy, that superpower, which you have never ever seen with your eyes, and neither you will ever see. Because God cannot be seen with eyes. God is not in that range which can be seen through your eyes. And yet, humans have explored, tried to seek, tried to know who God is, where God is, how God is, and how are we related to God. If there is any such relationship, do we strike that relationship? Or is it so that the relationship is already there? And this is indeed a true thing. The relationship with God is already there. Even if we wish to, even if we want to run away from God, you cannot. You cannot. It would be just same situation as if the thread of this napkin wishes to run away from the napkin. The threads have been weaved together to give a shape, and we have this hand towel. Now if the threads begin to think, well, anyone can think. And if the threads begin to think and they wish to go for a ride or just a walk somewhere, why be always stuck with these other threads? We don't want to be part of this napkin. And they revolt and they say, okay, we are leaving, goodbye, we are going. But can the thread leave the napkin? Yes, we can say in one way, if I pull one of the thread like this and I hold it and I pull it out, see, I'm doing that already. Now this thread is out of the napkin. But the thread is not out of the cotton. Can you take away the cotton from this thread? I can break it into 2 pieces, or 4, or 6, or 8, or 10, or millions. Still, the thread remains indivisible part of cotton. What is cotton? Now I am going to use this example to explain you the relationship of you, world and God. World is just like this napkin. Well, world is not a napkin, just like a napkin. And then there are these threads in it. How many threads would be in this one piece? Thousands, not millions, should be thousands. Right? So we can pull away one thread out. I'm really going to mess up this napkin today. So I again pull out one thread out. The napkin still exists, the thread still exists, and the cotton still exists. Cotton is in the thread, cotton is in the napkin. Right? When few threads are weaved together, they are binded together, then there is a cloth. But if we begin to take out one after another, all the threads out, then there won't be any cotton left, the napkin left. And what would be left is threads. And what is in threads? Cotton. So cotton is the base from which the threads have come, from the threads the napkin has come. Right? So we can say everything has come from God. We are just like the thread, and all the threads have been weaved together, and that is samsara. You, your parent, your sister, brother, sibling, cousins, aunts, uncles, or these relatives. All these people, all these individuals are just like the threads. And all threads are coming from cotton. If a thread says that I don't want to be part of cotton, there is no way possible that the thread can separate itself from the cotton. But a thread can definitely pull itself out of the networking of this napkin. So, we, the individual souls, have these options either to be stuck with this samsara, with other threads, right? Or we move inwards and we recognize who we are, and we know that our real relationship is with. If a thread thinks, then thread would say that my relationship is with cotton. But if we think the individual self, the individual soul, then we can say that our real relationship is with God. Now we don't have to strike a relationship. The relationship is already there. We just have to see it. We just have to feel it. We just have to experience it. We just have to explore it. And all spiritual practices are meant to do this only.